I'm about to tell you the most shocking story of family betrayal you've ever heard. Three brothers literally murder their innocent sister because their adopted stepsister manipulated them. This girl had everything. Three incredibly successful older brothers who loved her to pieces. James built this massive business empire. William was climbing the charts as a music star. Henry was the celebrated artist. They gave her everything she ever wanted. When she said she wanted a sister, they went to an orphanage and brought home Lily. That was their first mistake. Lily looked like an angel but had the heart of a demon. She was a professional victim, always finding ways to frame the real sister. She would break valuable things, then cry and say the sister did it. She would hurt herself and blame the sister for attacking her. Over time, the brothers started believing Lily over their own blood. The day everything went wrong, Lily complained she was hungry. The sister wanted to make peace, so she offered to cook. Lily even gave her this special seasoning packet, said it was her favorite flavor. The sister should have been suspicious, but she was just trying to be kind. That seasoning contained Lily's allergen. She orchestrated the whole thing. Within minutes, Lily was having this massive allergic reaction. Her skin broke out in big welts, she could barely breathe. The brothers came running and immediately assumed their sister had tried to murder Lily. James looked at her with pure disgust. He said it's bad enough that you usually bully Lily, but deliberately feeding her seafood when you know she's allergic. Were you trying to kill her? William and Henry joined in the attack. They said someone as vicious as you is still making excuses and playing the victim, you can just stay in there and suffer the consequences. They dragged her to this cramped cellar in the basement. No windows, barely any air circulation. They wrapped chains around the door and stacked heavy furniture against it. She was buried alive. She pounded on that door until her knuckles bled, begging them to let her out. But they had already left for the hospital with Lily. The air got thinner and thinner. Every breath became a struggle. She fought for hours until she finally suffocated. 3 days later, the brothers came home from the hospital. But she didn't stay dead. She became a spirit, watching everything that happened next. Her brothers walked in treating Lily like she was made of glass. James said, "Thank goodness we got you to the hospital in time, you're recovering so quickly." Henry was feeding her, saying the doctor said your body is still weak and needs proper nourishment. A servant tried to mention that the sister hadn't made any noise in 3 days. James snapped at her, saying today is a happy day, Lily's coming home from the hospital, why bring up that troublemaker? Then Lily put on her victim act again. She said big sister is being punished because of me, she's been alone in that cellar for so many days, what if she's angry when she comes out? James pulled out his phone to check for messages from his sister. Of course there weren't any, she had been dead for 3 days. But he thought she was just being stubborn. He said that ungrateful brat. It's been days and she hasn't even sent one message asking how Lily is doing. Lily grabbed his hand with fake tears, saying I just wanted big sister to spend time with me. I never meant to steal anything from her. James called her kind and said his real sister was nothing but an ungrateful wretch. William said she was despicable for harming family just to get attention. Henry said unless she learned her lesson and was willing to kneel and apologize to Lily, he would throw her out of the house. The dead sister watched in horror as her brothers completely chose her killer over her. Finally, they decided to force her to apologize. They marched down to the cellar, shouting through the door. James yelled Rachel Harper. Do you think hiding in there silently will let you escape punishment? William screamed for her to come out and kneel to Lily. Henry accused her of staying silent to manipulate them. When there was no response, they got even angrier. They started kicking the door, thinking she was just being defiant. The door finally broke open, and that's when they smelled it. The unmistakable stench of death. What happens when they see their sister's corpse and realize what they've done? Read the full novel to see how this devastating story ends.